Hey guys, it's Shining Polaris. Long time no see, so I'm finally doing a video. One of the reasons for that is because I plan to do a couple of Impact articles this week, and I don't think anybody wants to read my articles like 4 days in a row. But anyhow, got a lot of updates with me. We're just going to run through all of that since I hadn't done it in a video for a while. If you were keeping track of my post on Twitter, I am one of the winners of the Impact Superfans contest, so that's awesome. Obviously, this Saturday is Slammiversary, which I will be attending. Also, the past week, they had ticket sales for Chicago's All Out show, plus the Chicago Dynamite and Rampage, and got tickets for Dynamite and Rampage. Have not gotten tickets for All Out. Just gonna have to buy at scalper prices, but we're gonna wait to see how that goes. Yesterday was the pre-sale for the big New York show, Grand Slam, and thanks to my friend, I got tickets to that. So yeah, I just realized, I think the reason why I'm not able to get tickets is, like, you know, the first run is because I think my internet is just very slow. So and I'm gonna have to ask for help, you know, from my friends next time, because that's the only way to do it. Yeah, and then so yeah, those are my big updates. So I will be going All Out. There's no question about that. So definitely the weekend of All Out, I'll be going to those shows, and then 2 weeks after that, I will be attending Grand Slam in New York. So yes, I cannot wait. Yeah, so last night was Fyter Fest night 1, and that was a very good episode. Top to bottom, whatever. It was just really, really good. So we're gonna run down through every thing that happened there. So first match right off the gate. This is one of the matches I was really looking forward to. This was Jon Moxley versus Carl Anderson, and this was for the IWGP USA belt, which I have right here. And this is one of my favorite designs, so I was really excited for that. And I love seeing that belt being defended on TV. Yeah, even though I was clearly rooting for the Good Brothers because I want the Elite to have all the belts again, there was no surprise that Jon Moxley retained, but the match was very good. I really like that they emphasized Carl Anderson and, you know, how much stuff he's done in New Japan, and also emphasized the fact that the Good Brothers are going back to New Japan. So I really like that. Yes, also tomorrow, I think it's the first on New Japan Strong, they will have their first round of the Tag Team Turbulence, which Good Brothers are in. So I will probably be writing an article about that too. So anyhow, obviously, Jon Moxley hits his paradigm shift onto Carl Anderson at the end, and he retains. Now, what's awesome also is right after this, you had Lance Archer cutting a promo in the back, and he's basically saying to Jon Moxley that he took that title off of him. So as a result, next week, Jon Moxley is going to defend that title again against Lance Archer in Texas Death Match. So I am super excited for that because I watched their match on Wrestle Kingdom when it was Lance Archer defending that title, and yeah, and also, you know, you already know they already faced each other in the past for the world title, and that was a great episode. So my quick thoughts on that: I've been very big dream booking in my head because I'm just so excited with crowds coming back and AEW is going full force. I'm just going to hope there will be, during this match on Fyter Fest Night 2, that there will be a Suzuki Gun appearance somehow. I'm just going to say that. That is absolutely not possible. If you guys remember, the last time both of them faced off, that was for the World Championship. And that was, I think, there was like oh god, what's that episode? It was like a birthday episode or something from AEW in October. That was when that happened. And if you looked at the comments, everybody was reading into it so hard, including myself. So we were hoping some sort of New Japan crossover then. That couldn't happen then because it was still kind of pandemic. Maybe this time, who knows? Because you know that this month is with the crowds coming back, and every week is like one of these special episodes. Maybe there's some big surprises. So anyhow, that will probably not happen. I'm just going to tell you that's what I would like to happen. So, okay, next up is a really, really huge match, and very, very good results off of this. This was Brian Cage versus Ricky Starks. Both are from Team Taz, and it was Brian Cage defending his FTW championship against Ricky Starks. And yes, as predicted, Ricky Starks won the belt, so title change, and you should hear the pops for this on TV. Everybody, obviously myself too, was so happy that Ricky Starks won that belt off of Brian Cage. For two reasons. Number one, you can definitely see a beautiful feud happening between Brian Cage, who would probably get kicked out of Team Taz at this point, and him facing off everybody in Team Taz. Also, even I agreed, a lot of criticism with that FTW belt. Like, they hadn't done anything with it. It was mostly just Brian Cage carrying it as a prop. So maybe with Ricky Starks, we can reset that, and Ricky will do a lot of great things with that belt. And hopefully, I'm going to guess, maybe more on Rampage when that show starts. So very, very happy about that. Ricky Starks is one of the top new up-and-coming stars in AEW. Give him the belt, even if that's just the FTW belt. So yeah, there you go with that. Let's see. Next is, I think it was Chris Jericho, little segment. He was backstage with interviewing with Alex, and he was just talking about MJF throwing down his stipulations with him with the 5 labors or whatever, and then MJF and Shawn Spears attacks him. And so next week you're going to get his first labor, which is Chris Jericho versus Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears can use his chair. Jericho cannot. I thought that was very funny. All right. And then the next segment was, again, I could be biased. This was probably like the best part of the show for real. This was Adam Page's little segment where he addresses, the problems he's having with the Elite and whatever. So Adam Page comes out. I think he has like the biggest pop out of everybody. Everyone's cheering for him. Everyone in the background is yelling cowboy shit. And yet Tony Schiavone, talking to him. And then as Adam was talking, all of a sudden you had Don Callis interrupts, and he's obviously followed behind by all of the Elite. Everybody on the Elite is dressed super ridiculous, and they are just in the most colorful clothing I've ever seen. All of them starts to, just try to insult Adam Page, but then Matt Jackson was like, no, I'm going to go and talk to him, face to face. So Matt Jackson gets into the ring, again, face to face with Adam Page, and basically said, to him, like, I can't believe you left us to go with these idiots, that kind of deal. And Matt Jackson is basically insulting Adam Page the whole time, really getting in his face, saying oh, your breath smells, seems like you're still drinking, and all that. And Adam is just looking angrier and angrier. Matt Jackson was like, yeah, you're gonna hit me, and then and then Adam does. So then as I guess a little mini brawl comes out, whatever. Adam was like, I'm here to basically I'm here to talk to Kenny Omega. So Kenny gets on the mic, and they're face to face now, and basically set down their potential next match, which will be crazy. They're gonna have the 5 people from the Elite versus 5 people from the Dark Order. I'm going to assume that's going to be for Fyter Fest with stipulations, right? So if Adam Page wins, he of course still keeps his number 1 contender spot, so he's going to face Kenny Omega down the line, but then Dark Order will immediately rise to number 1 contendership and face the Young Bucks for their championship. But if they lose, Adam and the Dark Order, they lose their number 1 contender spot. So that is exciting. So obviously this is going to be built to the huge match at All Out. This is why All Out is sold out with Kenny Omega versus Adam Page for the world title at that show. But just saying, if they're going to do this 5-on-5, and I've seen it online too, and I totally agree, but Kenny and Adam should not touch or have a match at all before All Out. So what I think is going to happen, because they just said 5-on-5, and they never said that Adam or Kenny had to be in that match. Just had to pick 5 people from each group. very sure Kenny is not going to be in that match because, you know, he's kind of acting like a cowardly heel type deal. So very sure it's either going to be Cutler or Nakazawa that will probably be in that match and not Kenny Omega. So, so they, you know, maybe Kenny on the side heckling or whatever, but he's not going to be in the match. That's just my prediction because, again, you wanna save that for like the pay-per-view. I know All Out is already sold out, so what more do they need? But yeah, so that's a really exciting. If you haven't seen this segment, go and see it. Mostly for the crowd reaction because like the crowd is shouting cowboy shit so loud, like it's very cool to see. Okay, so next match is Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy, and this is for, you know, you older wrestling fans like myself that watch wrestling in the 90s. You know, they, again, with the Road to Fyter Fest little video package, they did a good job explaining Christian and Matt Hardy rivalry. Yeah, no doubt, you got two 20-plus year veterans here going at it. Very good match. At the end, Christian Cage finally hit his kill switch onto Matt Hardy, and he won. So as he's about to celebrate, you have Matt Hardy's family office group trying to come out to beat up Christian Cage, but in no time, you know, Christian Cage's son, Jungle Boy, and Jurassic Express came out to save the day. So I like that you had this Christian with Jungle Boy because, you know, we're trying to raise Jungle Boy up to be the next new star. So he's with Christian, and I like that. So that whole match was really good, and it ended on a very high note. So let's see. I think I forgot a big part of this, and this was another really good segment, and this was Cody little segment, and he is addressing Malachi Black. So, you know, he's basically saying like, you know, how dare you go and you hit a, you know, like an old man and then, you know, attack Cody, blah blah blah. So you have Black. He responded on the screen in all this smoke, talking, you know, he's trying to be all like mysterious or whatever, but he's talking about how he is comparing Cody to a prize horse. I don't know, it's a very weird story. Anyway, so after he finishes the story, you know, Cody's going crazy and he's like, this is Fyter Fest, I'm ready to fight, come down here right now, you know, face to face. And then you had Malachi Black is like, yeah, that's what I was waiting for you to say. Lights come out, you can hear the crowd just go crazy as the lights turn out. So when the lights went back on, you have Malachi Black appeared in the ring, and Black and Cody started to beat up at each other. And that was the end of that segment. So hands down, I am super excited about this. I'm so glad that Black made his debut and immediately go into a huge feud with Cody. I'm also happy for Cody that he is finally out of that QT Marshall feud, because that feud should have ended at Double or Nothing, and it just seemed to have gone nowhere. So yes, more of Cody and Malachi Black, please. All right. Also on this episode, very short kind of reveal. This was Miro, you know, as he is the current TNT champion, and I think it was really cool. He was hinting it in a promo in the past, but he went and he changed the belt design. So he held up the new TNT belt, and it is in his colors, which is red, green, and white. So the belt is now white. I really like this. I actually think that is very cool because they had to been forced to do a couple belt designs for obvious reasons, and I think just run with it. Every champion have their own belt design. So I really like that, and I really like. To me personally, I like Miro's belt with the white strap. So all right, that's it for that. Then you had Britt Baker in the ring talking to Tony, basically just talking to Nyla Rose. I do not like this feud at all, Nyla and Britt. I am glad that next week should be over, because I feel like Britt has been in a pretty, I know she just became champion, but with someone like we all wanted Britt to become a champion, and so far her run has been terrible. So just get this over with, get her against Nyla, win it, and then move on to the next person. Next match after this was like totally last minute. This was Sammy Guevara versus Wheeler Yuta, and really good match. Wheeler Yuta is super brand new onto the AEW scene. He debuted a few weeks ago on Dark against Carl Anderson, and then he had two wins on Dark against Ryan Nemeth and then against Jordy, I think that's his name is. So yeah, so he's actually being pushed to the moon for someone super new. According to Dark, when I listen to commentary, he is trained by Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor, so that's why those two are ringside with him, which is cool. Wheeler Yuta have a lot of skill. There's no doubt about it. I've been watching him on New Japan Strong, and really cool to see where he goes, because to put on a big stage like Fyter Fest, of course with Sammy Guevara, that is who's from Texas, that is a huge deal to have Sammy on Fyter Fest and to face him. Yeah, so that was really cool. The match was really good. Wheeler looked great, especially as, you know, a new young talent like him. So hopefully either AEW signs him or just keep using him on Dark until they do. He looked great. So there you go with that. The next match is your only women's match. That is Penelope Ford versus Yuka's Sakazaki. And this is kind of like Yuka's debut, I guess you could say. I didn't realize she hadn't been on Dynamite for like a year and a half. Because she was recently on that women's eliminator tournament, but she was in the Japan side. I like Yuka. She's super cute, great energy, great look. And then you had Penelope Ford last year on Fyter Fest. Penelope faced Ashita for the title, and I think that was still now one of the best women matches, Ford versus Ashita. So knowing that, you know, where Ford's at against Yuka, you already know this was going to be a really good match. Yeah, even though Ford has, I think she's on like a major winning streak too. You're not going to have Yuka lose on her first day back. So Yuka won the match. I've seen some comments saying that maybe, hopefully, she'll be in a feud with Britt Baker. I am all for that, because Yuka is such a strong babyface, and going against heel Britt, I'm down for that. I don't know if that's gonna happen. That'll be great. So more for that. So. And then lastly, your main event was the big Coffin match between Darby Allin and Ethan Page. And yeah, this was brutal. It was fun because I really like both wrestlers. I really also enjoy that we are, ever since Ethan Page came onto AEW, I really like that we're pushing him all the way to the top. So that's great. Because, you know, once in a while you have these new guys, either they just stay as mid-carders and enhancement talent, or they get lost in the shuffle that is AEW's huge roster. So I'm glad that, you know, Ethan Page have not been lost in that, because I really like him from Impact. But anyhow, you have this Coffin match. Like I said, brutal. I mean, I don't know how Darby Allin gets through all his matches, because he like kills himself on there. I want to say one spot that was like, ugh, to me was Ethan Page did his Eagle's Edge onto Darby, and when he threw him, Darby landed on that steel steps that was in the middle of the ring. Oh, that just looked so brutal. There was obviously shenanigans in here, so they have a Coffin on the side, outside of the ring. Scorpio Sky was in that Coffin. He jumped out, attacked Darby Allin. You know that Darby's dad is not going to stand for that. So so Sting came out to attack Scorpio Sky. So you have that little thing going on, and there was part of me that was thinking that Ethan was going to win this, because, again, I felt like AEW is really pushing him. But then when it's something like this, you don't want to make your biggest star lose. So after a lot of very near pinfalls, you have Darby Allin eventually throwing Ethan Page into the Coffin. Like I said, I was like, how are they going to do this? So he got him in the Coffin eventually, and then slowly shuts the door to that, and Darby Allin wins. So I'm going to assume this is the end of that feud. That feud has actually been going on for a while. So that feud's probably done now. We're going to see where Men of the Year and Darby Allin and Sting go to next. Yeah, overall, really good episode. And I know this review has been kind of long, but I just have so many thoughts. So next week, there's not too many matches on the card. I'm very sure they'll all be announced on social media. But right now, for next week, I think you have 4 matches announced. You have obviously the IWGP match. That's Jon Moxley versus Lance Archer. Orange Cassidy versus The Blade on that. Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose for the Women's Championship. And then Jericho versus Shawn Spears for his first labor thingy. So there you go. There is my kind of long review. It's been a while since I did a video. I hope to do more. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please follow me on social media. Super active on Twitter at Shining Polaris. I've been uploading all my clips to my TikTok. Check that out too, Shining Polaris AEW. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience, and hope you all enjoy your day.